Now at 10, concerns about how Missouri's new abortion ban could impact reporting of sexual assaults. Plus, changes might be coming to how the city of Carthage, Missouri handles stray animals and how inflation is impacting people's plans for the 4th of July weekend.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Missouri's trigger law outlawing abortion makes no exceptions for victims of rape, and that's raising concerns among some victim advocates about how it'll impact reporting of those crimes. Shoshana Stahl reports from Springfield on those concerns and how access to contraception could change in the future.
What we are doing is we are re-victimizing a victim of a very personal and degrading crime.
Dee Ogilvy is a sexual assault survivor. She was attacked at work when she was in her 20s. Now, she works in the community as an advocate for other victims. Ogilvy's concern is that domestic and sexual violence will now be reported even less.
We already know that reporting on sexual assault and domestic violence is like 3 out of 10.
Michelle Trupiano is the executive director at the Missouri Family Health Council. Title X and the Right Time Initiative focuses on providing low to no cost services to uninsured and underinsured individuals. Trupiano says providers there will continue to meet patients' needs.
It is important for everybody to have timely access, but especially for survivors of rape. And so we want to make sure that there's accurate information out there.
Birth control and emergency contraception has not been impacted by Missouri's trigger law, but Trupiano says there are concerns over if that could be banned in the future.
Birth control remains legal for now. We've seen extremists in the Missouri legislature try to already ban birth control, and we expect them to try again in the upcoming session.
Ogilvy says she knows people who are already stocking up on emergency contraception.
Because homeless women, women that have been raped, sexual assault victims, they're all going to need help if our state government chooses to take away some of the birth control.
For now, Ogilvy is confident in the resources offered to people in Greene County.
We have very excellent SANE nurses at Mercy and Cox. So a SANE nurse is a nurse that's specifically trained to deal with victims of assault. I'm not so fearful that locally we will lose the right to Plan B.
Reporting in Springfield, I'm Shoshana Stahl.
Abortion has been outlawed in Oklahoma and Arkansas as well. In Kansas, voters will decide in August if the state has a constitutional right to abortion. 2 people are arrested for allegedly making bomb threats to an area courthouse. The Woodson County, Kansas Sheriff's Office says it received a call a little after 1 p.m. yesterday about a bomb threat at the county courthouse. The sheriff's office evacuated the courthouse and the surrounding businesses until bomb-sniffing dogs could clear the area. Nothing was found. Today, 2 men were arrested and are awaiting potential charges of terrorist threat and criminal threat. It's going to be a hot holiday weekend. Doug Heddy.
It is, and it started off hot for us today. The humidity started to creep up a little bit more. 96 was our high. Average high is 89. 102 was a record set back in 1980. And I think we'll actually be a little bit cooler than this tomorrow, briefly for a day, lower 90s. Still hot, and then things will really start to crank up. Not too much going on here. We've been watching some scattered thunderstorms just north of the region to the west of Kansas City, and some of these are going to get into our northern counties late tonight into the morning hours. Probably from about Pittsburgh north, we'll start to see some scattered showers and thunderstorms. Temperatures still sitting into lower 80s right now. We'll drop back to about 73, 80 by 10. High temp of 93, of course, will take you all the way through the weekend and the holiday here in just a bit.
Catch you then. Watch out for funny money. The Joplin Police Department says it's been investigating a lot of cases of counterfeit money used throughout the city, victimizing local businesses, marketplaces, people selling online, even garage sales. They've released pictures of the type of fake money they're seeing on a regular basis. Some of it's marked that it's for motion pictures, showing up in various denominations, so you need to look at the cash to check for authenticity. The city of Carthage and the Carthage Humane Society are negotiating a contract that funds the animal shelter while complying with the city's budget. The Humane Society is asking the city to increase funding from $36,000 to $48,000. Money would be used to pay workers, animal medical bills, and utilities. The city of Carthage has rejected the request.
So essentially, we offered that same $36,000 for 360 animals. They responded back that they did not think that was best for them, which again, I totally get that. Their expenses are raising too.
Now they have until July 17th to agree to a new contract. If the contract is not renewed, then for the first time in 74 years, the Humane Society will not be the city's animal shelter. Four-staters who buy fireworks might face a little sticker shock this year. The American Pyrotechnics Association says overall costs of fireworks are up 35%. Some people say four-staters are cutting back, but a local seller tells us overall sales are booming.
So last year after COVID, it was just nuts. Like, people were ready to get out of the house. Even the COVID year, it was awesome. Like, people, I think if they want to buy fireworks, they're going to buy them. It's like anything else.
For information on area community fireworks shows, go to our website, koamnewsnow.com/events. Pittsburgh Police Department is reminding people about the city's firework ordinance. From now to July 5th, fireworks can be discharged between 7 a.m. and 10 p.m. On the 4th in particular, it's a little different.
The city ordinances do not allow for the discharge of fireworks past midnight on the 4th of July. That would be in violation of the city ordinances, and you can receive a citation for unlawful discharge of a firework.
You can find Joplin's firework ordinances on our website. As Independence Day approaches, Watered Gardens in Joplin is raising money to help the independence of men. They're selling fireworks to raise money for the Forge program. Forge is a 16 to 18-month work readiness program for men who are cycling in and out of incarceration, rehab, homelessness, or a combination of those. Coming up, experts predict a record number of travelers this holiday weekend. Plus, the Quapaw Nation hosts a special powwow to celebrate a milestone. Missouri Governor Mike Parson has approved some state funding and also cut some. The governor has signed a roughly $48 billion state budget. He also slashed funding that lawmakers had set aside for tax refunds for middle-income taxpayers. The budget still includes enough money to fully pay for the state's share of public K-12 busing costs, as well as a program to increase teacher pay to at least $38,000 a year. Holiday weekend travel is already booming. Some travelers should expect fireworks in the form of long lines at airports, also traffic jams. Reporter Danya Bacchus has more.
Traffic was heavy in Atlanta to launch the holiday weekend. AAA projects nearly 50 million people will travel 50 miles or more from home, an increase of 3.7% over last year. 42 million Americans are expected to hit the roads, despite gas prices that have pumped up the last few months, putting the national average for a gallon at a little under $5.
It's still cheaper to drive.
And that's exactly what Trina Ward did all night Thursday into Friday, taking a road trip from Georgia to New Jersey.
So we left Winder, Georgia around 7 p.m. last night. We ran into traffic in South Carolina, about an hour and a half delay.
Some travelers feel the opposite. They would rather brave crowded airports and possible flight delays.
It's actually, I think, cheaper to fly than to drive and to park your vehicle and
pay for gas.
But the average lowest cost for airfare is also up, 14% from last year at just over $200 per ticket.
The pandemic prices were great, where it was like $2 a flight. Right now, the flights are skyrocketing, and it's getting out of hand, quite frankly.
Demand is back to pre-pandemic levels. Staff shortages have led airlines to cancel thousands of flights this summer.
My flights got canceled twice, and then I tried rescheduling it in the morning because I heard that's what helps, and that one getting canceled. But luckily I got switched, and here we are. We finally made it.
The same couldn't be said for those on board the Southwest plane in Dallas headed for Long Beach, California. A mechanical issue led to a blown tire, and it was towed back to the terminal. Danya Bacchus, CBS News, Los Angeles.
As of this evening, 500 flights were canceled, 5,100 delayed. That is fewer than earlier this week. The Quapaw Nation continues a celebration with their 150th powwow. The event tonight features dancing and singing to honor the culture and history of the tribe.
It's just a celebration of life, you know. We bring, like I said, people want to come home, visit family they may have not seen all year long, so we invite, it's just a big celebration for us, basically a homecoming.
The Quapaw Nation has around 5,600 citizens today. The City of Commerce, Oklahoma is getting a head start celebrating Independence Day. An event at Commerce High School featured live music, food trucks, and a gun raffle. A little bit later, summer camp hosted by the City of Pittsburgh puts a unique spin on the game of kickball.
Plus, the heat really kicks in over the next few days. We're going to check that out coming up. Well, it definitely turned out to be a hot one today. High temp up to 96 degrees. Plus, the humidity started to pump back in, so we had heat indices right around 100 throughout the afternoon, which is never fun, but this is July, so this is what we're going to see. July 1st already, believe it or not. Indigo Sky Casino and Resort looks good. It's Friday night. Out on the town, pretty much partly cloudy skies across the region. Here's one concern we need to at least keep in the back of our head as we head into the weekend. We're not technically in a drought, but we're dry. The ground is very crunchy. Most of us have not had rain since the first week of June, so about a solid 3 weeks, except for just some hit and miss storms over the past couple weeks. So when you are shooting fireworks off the next few nights, at least keep that in the back of your mind. Temperatures are mainly sitting into the 80 to about 82 degree range outside right now. We'll drop back into lower 70s later on tonight. 80, calm winds, humidity is still high, sitting at 71%. And we've watched some scattered thunderstorms in our far northern counties throughout the evening. Everybody else has stayed dry, but pretty good cluster up to our north. You can see the first little batch kind of worked in and then died. Second batch just to the west of Kansas City, but these are kind of skirting toward the south and to the east. So our northern counties, maybe as far south as Pittsburgh and Lamar, we'll get some scattered showers and thunderstorms as we go through the overnight hours tonight. Another batch out across western parts of Kansas. Let's go through time. I'll stop this at about 6 o'clock in the morning. You can see those scattered storms trying to get down toward Parsons, trying to get down toward Pittsburgh, but mainly stay in our northern counties. But tomorrow morning, if you're heading to Stockton Lake, you're going to have rain in the morning. Showers, scattered thunderstorms. Our southern lakes, that would be Table Rock, Beaver, Grand, should stay dry. As we get into the afternoon, some isolated thunderstorms trying to pop up. Now we have a front that kind of sinks in, so our northern counties, you may stay in the upper 80s tomorrow, which would be nice. I think everybody else kind of lower 90s, but at least a little bit better than what we saw today. 88 by noon, high temp at 93. Isolated pop-up storms tomorrow evening. Isolated storm as we go through the overnight hours tomorrow night. Isolated is like one here and one here. So just a couple little random little storms. As we go into Sunday, in general, pretty good. Hot, humid, but again, isolated afternoon pop-up thunderstorms. High temps are going to be into the mid-90s. Let's go into the 4th. Most of the rain skirts north. I think most of us will be dry, but we're going to be in the upper 90s by the time we head into the afternoon, and it gets worse as we go into next week. 93 tomorrow, 96 on Sunday, kind of hit miss storms. A good chunk of you won't even see a drop this weekend, especially if you live in the southern half of the area. 97 on the 4th, then 100 on Tuesday, 102 Wednesday, pair of 103s on Thursday and Friday. And looking long range, there's not a really solidified end to this.
You're looking long range enough as it is.
Yeah, I kind of stopped at about mid-July and said, that's it.
You're being merciful. Yeah. We appreciate it. Thank you, Doug. Kids got to enjoy summer camp today in Pittsburgh. The city hosts a summer long camp for 5 to 12-year-olds called Camp Now and Then. KOAM's Yana Hatula shows us the fun.
Today was water day, so we're doing water balloons, water ball, water slide kickball. The whole summer, our last week is the first week of August. We go on field trips. We're going to the Tulsa Aquarium this year. We also go to the Wacky Wednesdays at the museum here. We go to the pool twice a week to go swimming. We do crafts every day. We provide lunch for our campers and 2 snacks. And we take them from 7:30 in the morning until 5:30 at night. Every week it's a different themed, and we have different activities every day. To get children outside, off electronics, we do water games, we go to story time, we do things that they want to do. And we ask them sometimes, do you want to go to the park or do you want to play a water game? And they pick.
That camp costs $16 a day. The new antenna weighing 12.5 tons, you've been seeing it. Well, it's now at the very top of our tower. It's right up there. For now, we are still broadcasting from the temporary lower antenna on the tower as we prepare to transition to a more powerful transmitter. Our signal, kind of glitchy right now, but that's only temporary. When this project is finished, we're going to be broadcasting with more power than ever. Check out the progress anytime on our website, KOAMnewsnow.com/power. Still ahead, a historic night for a member of the St. Louis Cardinals, and Webb City Baseball has a new head coach. We're going to hear from him on taking on the job coming up.
The Joplin Outlaws opened a 2-game set with the Sedalia Bombers last night at Joe Becker Stadium. The Outlaws managed only 1 run, falling 4-1 in Game 1. And Joplin back on the field tonight, trying to earn the split against the Bombers. Started off bottom of the second, Brett Mooney back up the middle and into center field. 2 score on the single. Sedalia in front early. Later on in the same inning, Bombers add to their lead. Zach Dillman puts it into left, runner rounds third and scores. Bombers score the first 3 runs of the night. It was 3-0 going to the 6th, but in the 6th, Liam Bailey up for Joplin through the left side. 2 score on that. Bailey would be tagged out at second. Outlaws, though, get 4 in the inning to take a 1-run lead. But Sedalia roars back with 7 in the 8th. They lead it right now 10-4 in the bottom of the 9th. Well, today is the opening day of the Heart of America Firecracker Showcase in Southwest Missouri. Webb City plays 2 today. They started the day with a 1-0 win over the 417 Reds this morning. The Webb City back on the field this afternoon, facing the Missouri Athletics, aiming for a 2-0 start. And here we go, bottom of the second, Drew Vonderhaar through the left side. 1 run will score, then another with Christian Brock coming in. It ties the game up. Now next batter, it's Gage Chapman. Fights one off the other way. Vonderhaar scores easily. RBI single for Chapman. Webb City now in the lead. Moments later, pitch gets away, and that allows Landon Johnson to come home. Webb City extends their lead. Then finally, we're still in the second inning. Kaylor Darnell pops it into right. It would get down. Runner scores. Darnell safely into second. Webb City wins 2 today, taking this one 13-6. Well, staying with Webb City baseball, the Cardinals have a new head coach. Webb City High School has hired Andrew Donig to lead the baseball program. Doning played his college baseball at Missouri Southern and has been an assistant coach for Webb City for the last 9 seasons. He takes over a program, like most other programs at Webb City, that has high expectations every season.
If you didn't have pressure, it wouldn't be such a great job. The pressure to win is obviously great, but, we have great kids, and, our coaching staff is really good. We just ask our kids to show up every day and work hard and get better every single day, and hopefully those equal wins in the spring. And, like I said, the kids in Webb City, they're great. They come in the weight room. They obviously work hard.
You can check out our full story with Coach Doning on the sports page at KOAMnewsnow.com. The St. Louis Cardinals are 43-35 so far this season. The Cards enter the day a game and a half behind the Braves for the second wildcard playoff spot in the National League. St. Louis begins a 7-game road trip tonight facing the Philadelphia Phillies. It was a historic night for Nolan Arenado. He hits for the cycle for St. Louis and drives in 3, but it's the Phillies winning in the end 5-3. In the American League, the Kansas City Royals 20 games under 500 open a series tonight on the road against the Tigers. That one also final. Kansas City wins it 3-1. Danny Pasquantino gets his first career home run tonight for the Royals. That's a look at sports. We're back with more news after this.
Take time now to honor a local veteran. Daryl Dietz served in the U.S. Navy from 1967 to 1971. Pittsburgh native was stationed in Vietnam, and we salute Daryl Dietz, a four-state hero. In Illinois, some of the animals at the Brookfield Zoo got patriotic treats ahead of the 4th of July. They were jumping for joy. The bottlenose dolphins got a floating flag made of sugar-free gelatin. California sea lions and gray seals, they got happy 4th of July ice and sugar-free gelatin cakes. And some brown bears savored red, white, and blue ice blocks with various fruits and also bones in them.
No sugar?
They're bears. Maybe they have different appetites than you.
They may like sugar.
Maybe, but no. They're watching their waist.
Okay.
All right. Weather, hot this weekend.
Yeah, maybe a hair better tomorrow, only 93. We are going to be dodging some storms during the morning hours and then just some isolated little guys late. And then Sunday, 96, 97 on the 4th.
Quick sports notes.
Tonight was actually the second time that Nolan Arenado was hit for the cycle. He did it back in 2017 with the Rockies.
Wow. Thanks for joining us. We're going to leave you with another look at the festivities from Camp Now and Then in Pittsburgh. Let's make it a safe, great holiday weekend.
Salon service is provided